Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to the today's Restaurant News Networking Group 11 o'clock meeting. And we're kicking off the Labor Day weekend 2023. Hard to believe the summer is gone. We are a group of vendors in the food service industry who are here to help each other grow our businesses and also to help any restaurant owners, managers, and chefs who might have a problem or a situation that they need help with. So we ask you, if you'd like to participate or join us, give us a call at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com and go to our YouTube page at Today's Restaurant and take a look at some of the videos that we have there in case you missed any of them. There's 296 videos on that site. So I want to welcome officially our newest member, Andrey Kolchurin, and I'm going to let you start us off and tell us what you do and how we can reach you.
Sure thing. Thank you very much, Howard. I appreciate it. Very excited to get to know everybody in this group. My name is Andrey, as you mentioned, Kolchurin, and I'm a restaurant consultant. And what I do, I help restaurants with management and employee retention through helping them with training processes for management and frontline employees. I also assist them with establishing processes within a restaurant to help them with things like reducing waste, increasing efficiency, so on and so forth. You can reach me at 321-948-6765. Thank you very much.
Okay. If you at some point would like a presentation to the group in depth, please let me know it and we'll schedule it. You don't have to let me know now. You can let me know when you're ready.
Will do, yeah. Will do. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to Mr. McCabe. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's getting excited for a nice weekend. It's 70 degrees here with no humidity in Rhode Island, and I'm on my way to Cape Cod. So anyway, I'm John McCabe. I'm with Carpet Johnny. We're a division of Ollie Group, and we make pastry, gelato, and ice cream equipment worldwide. And we go to market by education, by doing training and demonstrations with our customers. We also distribute ESA display cabinets for gelato, ice cream, and chocolate and pastry. I'm available to help anyone if they want to get into the frozen dessert business. I can be reached at 401-368-6406. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Hey, thank you. John Marinak, good morning.
Hi, good morning. John Marinak Food Service Consultants. We design restaurants, and if you need anything designed, we're the people to call. 954-817-1183 or jmarinak@marinak.com. Thank you.
Thank you. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, John. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the BH Bun Company. We manufacture the bun string tying machines. A little interesting story. Someone had seen the pizza ad, and he remembered back when he was delivering a certain pizza company. When he was hungry, he would snatch a wing or two or a piece of pepperoni off the pizza. And he's now in a different industry, and he wants to service our equipment. So he contacted us, and we're going to meet next week. But kind of interesting that, they admit it, that they do eat the food that they deliver. So as you can see behind me, the tying machine will tie the boxes, secure it. It's a slip-proof slip knot. You cannot duplicate it by hand. Give us a call at 1-800-222-BUN. Email is info@buntyco.com, and our website is buntyco.com. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mike Jacobs, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I was on mute. My name is Michael Jacobs. My company is Express Kitch-Quip. I sell commercial kitchen equipment, a lot of stainless steel tables, shelves, sinks, cooking equipment, fridges to all types of restaurants, bars, all types of businesses. I think I'd work well with all the categories that are in this group. So keep me in mind, and I'll keep you guys in mind. My website is express-kitchquip.com. My cell phone is 917-322-9733.
Thank you. Randy, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Randy Pumputis here with Heartland Payroll. Andrey, welcome to the group. Heartland Payroll, we handle everything from startups to acquisitions and mergers. Coming into the payroll season now, we're 1 in 3 restaurateurs, hospitality folks look at their outsourcing. So hopefully I can get us some nice referrals with either new or existing businesses. I can be reached at 585-622-2993. Thank you.
Randy, if you could hang out at the end of the meeting, okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's see. What am I missing? Let's go to the dynamic duo today. Chris and John.
Good morning. Kevin is taking an off day, so he's not with us today. So we are strategic supply chain partners. Everybody here, for the most part, knows we function as an outsourced purchasing department for our clients. We negotiate better distribution agreements on their behalf. We get manufacturer direct deviated pricing on their behalf. We monitor compliance of their agreements, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Bottom line, we reduce on average between 8 and 12%. Although I got to tell you, the 3 most current clients we're onboarding right now, we have one whose average case cost is over $120 a case. And we have 2 RFP proposals that will reduce them down to about $80 a case. There's some item matchups we still need to work on, but bottom line, we're going to save these people a massive amount of money. And the story is so typical. They've been with the same distributor for years. That distributor gets comfortable with them. Prices go up. There's nobody paying attention. Next thing you know, you think your distributor is doing a great job. Meantime, you're paying 30% more than you ought to be for the stuff coming in the back door. And so for our new member, Andrey, you do everything after the product gets through the door, which we can't do anything with. But we get them a better price to their back door. It would be great to do some, if you have any clients that need help on the procurement end, we're your guys. Most of your clients probably have a kitchen manager that they promoted to purchasing guy, and that guy only knows what he knows running one little restaurant. He doesn't know how to negotiate a big deal. Or they hired a salesperson from Cisco or US Foods or somewhere. Well, those people only know what they're told to sell. They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So there's so many people we can help, and there's so many people that don't know what they don't know. But I would have thought post-COVID, and as things are supposedly getting back to normal, we would see smaller savings. We have the 3 biggest savings we've ever seen right now. I mean, I'm literally stunned at the numbers we're seeing. So anyway, strategic supply chain partners, love to work with some of y'all's clients. We have a great referral program too. You get 10% of everything that we earn helping our clients out. By the way, we're 100% contingency based, meaning if we can't find a savings, we're not getting paid. So we do a lot of work pro bono to get to the point of hopefully making some money. Anyway, John, you want to add anything?
Yeah, keep in mind, folks, it doesn't take much to have us take a look at what you got. 60, 90 days worth of descending reports with the numbers.
And we have so much data now across clients, across states, across distribution centers, across distributors. It's pretty easy for us to see pretty quickly what the opportunity is.
And I'll just add to that,
there's always a save.
I'll just add, I used to be in the shoes of the restaurant manager, and I agree with you. You get comfortable and you stop looking for savings.
Yeah.
So 100%.
And the distributors know that. You know what? 6 months down the road, they start jacking those prices back up because they know nobody's looking.
Yep.
That's awful.
Okay.
If you don't stay on top of your deviated prices that you've negotiated, those go away. And if nobody's there looking out for that to get them put back in place or renegotiated, it simply goes away. There's so many things you can do.
And you don't have time to watch those prices.
No, that's what we do for them. They're busy trying to run a restaurant. Anyway, strategic supply chain partners, give us a call. Great referral program. We can help you.
Okay, thank you. Stephanie, can you talk and hold the baby at the same time?
Yeah, thankfully she's also being quiet at the moment. Hi everyone. So I'm Stephanie. I'm with Brilliant Computers. Mark isn't here today. But Mark and I, we run the company together. You know, everyone uses technology to run their business. We support all types of businesses with tech-related services, including but not limited to business email, hosting, and support, software and hardware deployment, and service as well, support. And so you can go ahead and look up more information about us on brilliantcomputers.com. We also have an Instagram, which is at brilliantcomputers_. You can reach Mark at brilliantcomputers.com, MARK. And then our office number is 561-877-1119. So we're here to help if you have any questions.
Do you help people who might have their website hacked?
So we kind of are like a good first level to reach. So we can definitely go through a system, clean out things that might have been installed that, you know, shouldn't have been installed. We can detect suspicious activity and we can try and help prevent it from happening again. And then, you know, send you in the right direction if, like, say, some type of sensitive information might have been released and you're concerned about that. You know, we can point you in the right direction of what to do next.
Somebody in our 9 o'clock group wasn't able to make the meeting this morning. He sent me an email that his whole system was hacked, and he's been on the phone trying to get it resolved. I'll give you his information at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Give him a call.
Yeah, please go ahead and send that over to me. We can definitely help him. And Mark also is proficient at like rebuilding new systems and pulling data over,
Right.
you know, if that was necessary.
Yeah.
So you know, really anything tech related for you guys.
Mark was very helpful for us when he helped us with our systems. So.
Yeah, I'm glad he was able to help, and I'm glad we made this connection. Thank you for having us.
Oh, thank you. Terry, good morning. TRN Terry.
Oh, no, Terry
You're the only Terry today.
You're the only Terry today.
Okay, Terry Ark asked me to let everyone know that she would be here, but she needed to pick her mother up from the hospital and said she would see us next week. So she felt bad about missing the meeting. I am the one that handles the lead reports. They are second to none anywhere. I will be happy to send anyone a sample. It will not have the emails and phone numbers. They just keep getting, the list keeps getting bigger and bigger. First it was like 40 a month, then 50, then 60. Now we're up to 70 a month. Brand new leads, brand new. About when they're coming in, who they are, phone numbers, emails, everything that you need to know about. Do they have a bar? And I gotta tell you, most of them have a bar. That's how people are making their money these days. It's not the food, it's the liquor. So a lot of outdoor dining, a lot of outdoor patios, outdoor fans. And I have people that will be meeting us at our booth in Orlando to look at products and also to be introduced to, you know, people from this group that will be there, these two groups that will be coming by. Our booth is always one of the busiest at the shows every year. So at any rate, I know Helen and Rob stopped by last year, and I think we had a free moment for them, but we're always one of the busiest. You can reach me at terry@trnusa.com If you would like a sample, have a very nice but safe weekend. I will be working. I'm a deadline, so I'm working.
Okay, thank you. Helen and Rob are
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
service people.
Yes. You
Well,
want to
I
speak?
wanted to say we're Delicious Spoonfuls. This is Delicious Rob and Delicious Helen. We don't taste well, but our ice cream does. Anyway, we're a mobile ice cream cart business. We employ people with disabilities, autism, Down syndrome, a variety of other things. Incorporate people who are vets and such. And we do parties and corporate events and all kinds of open houses and and ribbon cutting ceremonies. We actually did one yesterday. In 5 minutes, we sold all our ice cream novelties and made substantial amount of money. And it all took 5 minutes. It was actually
So I'm going to drive there.
going to drive it. Rapid Recovery. It's a brand new location, 3801 Commercial Boulevard. They do a lot of things, especially with hurricanes. And one of the CEOs called me up and said, Rob, we need ice cream. We rushed over there like magic. We put on our blue suit, our cape. We flew over there and we sold the ice cream and came back in like an hour. It was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
So, that's what we do. And Helen, you want to add anything?
Yes. I wanted to thank Randy Pompitis for helping us. One of our employees got his first check ever. Everybody else had said Evan was unemployable, but we got him to work. We got him his first check, his first paycheck. He's now a full taxpayer and he's very excited about it. And that's the sort of thing we try to do for people as our nonprofit. And
That's awesome.
Yes, and I also posted, we're trying to get a hitch and trailer for a nonprofit. If anybody has one, they can donate or sell cheap that we can use so we don't have to rely on renting trucks every event from U-Haul or similar operations. And it's deliciousspoonfuls.org and Helen at deliciousspoonfuls.org and 561-676-2078 for me, or for Rob, it's 561-676-2075. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Perfect timing, Darren.
Yeah.
You're up.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm so late getting in here. I had a client meeting and demo that I was doing, but Darren Gall with Tracy.net. We're taking the aches and pains out of communication services. We help restaurants and other industries solve communications issues using technology. So we work from the single user, small mom and pop, up to full enterprise contact center solutions. So the solution I was just on before getting on this call is a company that does safaris in Africa. And so it's a lot of international calling, people from all over the world that are a part of their team and tying it all together. So we love challenges. We come up with creative ways to do it and always find a way to do it within the budget that meets the customer's needs. We get creative in solutions. This guy didn't want to pay a setup fee to have someone come out and train throughout the areas. We came up with a way to work around that. And, we solve problems and do it the right way. So Darren Gall, Tracy.net. Our toll free is 800-881-8899. You can also reach us at sales@traci.net.
Was he South African?
He is here in the States, but yes, they have presence in South Africa and also Kenya, and I'm forgetting the other. There's another one that they're in as well.
Because I have a friend who's from South Africa, and he puts together trips to Africa, corporate trips all over the world, but specifically Africa.
Yep, no, it's a popular place for sure.
Yeah. Okay, did I miss anybody, or did anybody miss anything that they want to add on? Okay, see you all next week. No, I'm kidding.
That'd be the fastest meeting in history.
You. I read an article and I brought it up this morning at the 9 o'clock group, and I expressed my opinion and it got shut down immediately. So I'm not even going to mention what I said, but I'm going to read this to you. And because this is interesting because it's about outsourcing. It's about outsourcing customer service. And we have a couple of groups here that do outsourcing, like Strategic Supply and Andrey. So I'm gonna read this, and then I want to get your opinion as to what you feel. I have my opinion on it. We'll talk about it afterwards. So basically, what this article was, and this goes for restaurants from that angle, was my opinion. Okay, so this company was trying to solicit me for them to do our outsourced customer service. And this is what they said. They would increase customer satisfaction. That's a general term. When customers have positive experience with customer service, they are more likely to be satisfied with overall business. No-brainer. Improve customer loyalty. Customers who have a positive experience and customer service are more likely to be loyal customers to the business. Reduce churn. Churn is the rate at which customers stop doing business with a company. Next is generate positive word of mouth. Obviously, when a customer goes to a restaurant and they have a good time and have good service and good food, they tell friends and friends will go. And build brand reputation. So these are the things that they wanted to do for us. And my opinion, I'll jump in. If you guys have any opinion of that, using an outsourced company, I knew you would, Chris. Go for it, baby. I love it.
So, Howard, I don't know what your opinion was.
I'll tell you after you.
For anybody to come to me and talk about outsourcing, let me get this straight. Outsource customer service?
Hallelujah.
You got to be four-letter word, kidding me. You're talking about a business where there's a direct, this is not an online business where I order a product and have it delivered. And I never interact with anything other than a computer. Okay. This is not something where I go online and order a product to have shipped to my restaurant to put in my cooler. This is a business where it's a direct relationship between a frontline employee and a customer. Does anybody disagree with that? And then you're going to tell me somebody has a service that says you're going to outsource that. So wait a minute, I'm talking directly to you, customer. But if you got a problem, go talk to these people. You got to be kidding.
I knew who to go to, man. I'm telling you, I love you.
But Chris, how do you feel?
How do I really feel? I think it's fantastic. And again, this is probably a young person's company thinking like young people, because we all know that young people don't like to interact with human beings. They prefer to work with a device. A device can't solve all your problems. There's a point in time where you still have to be human. You still have to talk to people. And it doesn't matter what the look of your building is, what your brand is, what goes on the plate. It's still down to, we are providing a service in this industry. And there's an element of personalization to it that you can't dispassionately outsource to somebody else.
It's a bulk spam message that went out, obviously not targeted, because you are not in an industry where anything like that would work. So
no way.
And to sit there and say, we will this, we will that, we will that. If he's never had a conversation with you, how does he know what your customers expect? So
Darren, frankly, most businesses, and again, this is off the cuff, kind of first impression. But for me, most businesses, I can't imagine having a third party handle it.
What it
I
is
literally can't get there.
yeah,
Because that third party would then have to call me and say, okay, this is your customer's complaint. What happened? And then, so every step of the way, there's an extra step to get to solution.
Mhm.
And here's the deal. I don't know if this information has changed, but I've known for a long time. Most people don't even expect a response. That's how sad customer service is when you have a complaint with any industry. They're surprised to have a response. The next thing is if you have a quick response, they're even more surprised. And then if you actually solve the problem, you blow them away. And if you solve the problem and do something extraordinary enough to actually encourage them to come back and continue to do business with you, you've won the day. How can you achieve all of those benchmarks if you engage in a process that adds a step to every one of the things that I just talked about? I don't get it. I truly don't get it. And, you know, I'm an old dude. I'm 65 years old. But you know, there's a lot of stuff that old people did back in the day. I was doing 40 years ago at Bennington that still would work better today than some of this technology-driven, dispassionate, impersonal stuff that people want to try to do.
Well, also on a
All right, I need to
small
calm
tag
down
on
because I'm
that,
about to
I
have a heart
just wanna-
attack. This blows me away. Howard, this blows me away. But I want to know what your reaction was. You said you got shot down by the morning group?
Yeah, let Stephanie say what she was going to say first.
Well, in a restaurant, right? Think about the type of questions that I would have, right? If I have an allergy or if I have like a specific ingredient that I super like and I want to make sure it's, you know, available that day when I go into that restaurant, I just want to be able to call and say, hey, do you have this dressing? Because I know you guys run out sometimes. And for them to say, oh yeah, we have some, no problem. We have more than enough. Come on over. And that's the end of the call. And if you have someone that's in like a call center, they can't answer that question. And it takes just as long as it would to just drive over there, show up, and then to like even get into that.
I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah, I've called multiple restaurants that I go to regularly sometimes to ask questions. And when they add these extra systems, sometimes it's like, well, you can talk to me. I know answers to most questions. Or do you want to place an order? And it's like, but I just want to know if this item, if I can eat it, or what does this have in it? You know, but there's just simple questions that if the restaurant's answering it, they can answer it super quick and then, you know, be done. I would much rather call a restaurant to place an order directly and talk to that person and, you know, just say, hey, what do people order often? You know, what do people like? And they can say, this is what people order most often.
Yeah, this actually tags on, was it last week, Howard? The whole conversation was about outsourcing the phone calls.
Yep. Eliminating the phone lines.
Right. Why don't we just outsource everything? But you know, it's funny on that one, and this is a customer service thing too. You ever done some of these reservation sites? They tell you give us a credit card, and there's a charge on your card if you cancel. Well, I had that come up this weekend. My fiance was sick. We had a reservation. I had a card, and it was supposed to be a $20 hidden charge for not showing up. I called the restaurant and talked directly to the restaurant and said, look, here's the deal. Can you cut me some slack? They didn't charge my credit card. The only way that would have happened if a human being was available immediately to solve the problem.
Yes.
Let me tell you what the opinion was. Well, no, not the opinion, but one of the points that was raised in the 9 o'clock group when we talked about this. They said it depends on the size and the size of the business. So in other words, if you know, looking at us and like John Bunn and Darren and you and most of the people on this group, except for John McCabe, who works for a giant corporate structure, we can handle it ourselves. But when you work for a company like Alley, I'm sure that they have a department or somebody that's charged with taking care of that. So it depends upon what stage of business you're in. That's what their opinion was. That's not what my opinion was yet. I won't
categorically disagree. There are companies out there. So you guys know I have a consulting business also, it's actually very similar, Andre, to what you do. It's all about engagement, organizational culture, that sort of stuff. You know, and the great organizations out there who have great service cultures, they don't outsource anything. Okay. And I always forget who it is. It may be Hilton, or it's one of the other big hotel chains. Okay. Their customer service department is every frontline employee, including the janitorial people.
That is Hilton.
And they're empowered with a dollar amount on their own to spend to make a customer happy. Just fix it. Fix the problem. Because anybody who's got a brain and has done this long enough knows that, you know, most people, if you meet expectations, they're not going to say anything about you. But most people, if you fall short, they're telling everybody to know, oh, it was terrible, blah, blah, blah. You can't afford all the negative PR or negative word of mouth. It's worth it to fix it. And guess what? You're going to generate negative word of mouth if the process is, man, I had a complaint. I mean, we do all this time. We're telling a friend, man, I went so-and-so place. It was terrible. I had a complaint. And I had to wait a week to work through their outsourced customer service department. And I told this story on this call months ago. It was with one of the major airlines. I'm typing out my complaint, and at the end of the thing, it tells me you're out of characters. I can't type anymore. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I want to talk to a human being. I never did talk to a human.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the fact that I had
behind
no
their
choice
menus.
but to fly that airline sometimes, I would never spend $1 with them again 20 years later. I mean, Howard, this is a big deal. I don't know who this company is, but no.
It wasn't Southwest, was it?
No, it was not Southwest.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
I want to tag in without calling out the company per se, but like there is a company that is a large chain. They have locations all over the place and they offer fresh food. And you go to call into the customer service and it's like, because it's such a large franchise, they have it outsourced to an automated system. And then you try and get a hold of someone and they never answer. And, you know, it's popular Mexican chain, healthy alternative, right? So what's really interesting though is that they have fresh local ingredients and sometimes they run out. And so like that, like what I was referencing, because their individual locations are branched into this big plethora of the fact that it's one big company, there's still individual franchises serving individuals in that individual area. And so that's what they need to target. You know, I mean, they could have an extra, like maybe office for higher level customer service issues, but they still need to be able to reach, you know, the restaurant, I think.
The boots on the ground in the
Excuse
moment.
me, Chris, let me get
Andre.
Let me get Andre involved in this because he has his hand up, and I didn't see it because it blended in with his background. The orange hand blended into the orange of your background.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hey, listen. 100% agree. The only thing I would say, I would add, you know, I can see outsourcing, you know, to those companies. Well, let me rephrase it. It needs to be an extension of your existing customer service. Let's just say specifically social media, right? If you have somebody monitoring social media, somebody make a comment about your restaurant positive, right? And somebody will say, good job, thank you very much. We appreciate that, you know, you coming to dine with us. Things like that, I think, will work, right? Or if you catch them negative, right? Somebody online complaining about you, and they would red flag it and let you know so you can contact that person. I think in that extent, it's gonna benefit you. But replacing it, to Chris's point, it's a little, not a little, but a lot ridiculous.
Yeah, well said.
I'll take
100% agree with you.
I'll take a success case in that Texas Roadhouse Grill does do a call center, but it is their call center. They're tied into the corporate system and they have access to the local branch when they need to get someone to the local branch.
Nice.
So that is a good extension of not really outsourcing, but utilizing technology. So the restaurant doesn't have to handle, hey, what are your hours today? That's something that the call center knows. It's on their screen. They can answer those types of questions. But when it escalates, they turn it over to the local branch.
Yeah.
So there is a good use. And as you said too, Andre, the monitoring your social media. That's something you could outsource because most of us are not, including myself, very good at monitoring my social
I just
media.
don't have time. So many channels nowadays, right? It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. I just think that's, when I hear customer service, I think, what's going on here right now on my property. And yeah, I 100% agree with monitoring social media. And, I've worked with companies that do an exceptional job of doing that. You do want to make sure that you have that 4.75, 4.8 rating on all of the social media. And again, it only takes one person giving you a 1, even though there's a dozen people that love you but don't even bother doing that kind of stuff. So but to me, that's kind of a different deal than pure customer service, I guess. But yeah, you need to monitor that. So.
Well, basically in our conversations here, we came around to form a consensus with the people in the 9 o'clock group from the second half of what was being said here. In other words, having an outsourced call center makes sense for Texas Roadhouse, but it doesn't make sense for John Marinak.
No, but what I heard from
Depends
Darren
on the
was
size.
is that was Texas Roadhouse's own internal.
It is their own internal,
call center.
Yes.
And directly connected to their locations.
Yep.
Well,
it's not the same as being totally outsourced.
You want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, give it.
No.
Chris, you vindicated me. When I read it, I said, "This is crazy. This is nuts." Because, like you said, everybody in the organization should be aware and
empowered.
Thank you. Empowered to take care of the problem.
So yeah, here's the deal. Like my rule running restaurant companies was no customer leaves the door unhappy. If you have allowed somebody to leave and they have to engage in any kind of a complaint process to begin with, you already blew it.
Right.
You already blew it.
Right.
So the simple fact that you have an outsourced customer service department, you're kind of accepting the fact we're going to blow it sometimes.
Yep.
You need to be a little better. You need to be a lot better than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I thank you all for your opinions, and I thought I was outside of the realm of correctness, but I think think there's a generational thing there also, because some of the people in the 9 o'clock group are a little younger, so I think that they see it differently, like you said before.
Howard, there's a generational thing. I mean, my youngest daughter and her husband love them to death. They're doing a great job raising 3 wonderful grandsons. They will sit in their living room and text each other.
They'll sit in their living room.
Sit in their living room and text each other. Or sometimes they're just texting other people. There's a whole way of interacting with human beings that is different with the current generation.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh. I do that with my family too.
Not in the same room.
The grandkids. They
not
all
in
text
the
me when I'm
same
there.
room.
Yeah.
I have another call right at 11
Okay.
o'clock.
We've come to the end of the
Have a
meeting.
good holiday.
Howard, you're not good for my blood pressure, man. I just want you to know that. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Have a good
Thank
Labor
you.
Day.
Yeah, but have a safe Labor Day weekend, guys.
Everybody
Right,
have
college
a
football season.
great weekend. If you want to
Take
reach
care, everybody.
561-20-8888. Thank you.